going to call the special council meeting for December 18th, 2025 to order at 6:04 p.m. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Myers.
Here.
Deshawn. Here. Slater. Here. Moritz.
I am here.
Aaron. Sherrick. Sorry. Spiegel.
Here.
Me.
Okay, granting for permission for visitors to speak. This meeting was called specifically for proposed ordinance 60-2025, 61-2025, 62-2025, and resolution 243-2025. So that's the only public participation we can allow for right now.
Thank you, Mr. President. Greg White, 1125 Hillcrest Drive. As I brought it up in the special committee for finance, the rules of council are still not being followed by this council. Okay? Whatever the request for legislation form is, that's the way it should be done. As it states in the current council rules of 2024 rules of procedure, all requests for legislation shall be submitted using request for legislation form to be completed by the council clerk and signed by the council president when legislation originates from the council as a whole, or committee chair when legislation originates from a committee requesting legislation as soon as possible, but no later than noon on the day following the committee. Once again, we're not following that. I don't see any exceptions in here for any emergency rules. I don't see where the council president has signed any legislation, request for legislation to pass this tonight. Okay? Once again, are we not following the rules? We're doing whatever we want to do when we want to do it because that's the way we do things here in Bucyrus on this council? I mean, come on. You know, somebody brought up a few weeks ago about the rules need to be followed, but yet we're still not following the rules whatsoever. I mean, I even brought up at the last meeting with Chris Moritz when legislation wasn't signed by him on the proper date. It was filled out by the chairman, not even him, the chairman. It was filled out by somebody else on the committee, Mr. Myers, and put a date on it. But it had no signature of the chairman, which is required by council rules. This is what I'm talking about. When is this council finally going to get their act together and start following the rules of this council? Thank you.
Is there any additional public participation? As Mr. White has pointed out, there may have been a legislation form and a 24-hour notice or something getting to the clerk not within that specific time window. It's a 111 rule with the council, which council could have a 2/3 vote and suspend those rules that he had pointed out, which would then make it to where we could proceed forward with the legislation that's being proposed tonight.
I'll make that motion.
You just want to suspend the whole 111 for these four?
No, just the rule that you just stated of not filling out the form and submitting it in a timely manner.
Would you like that ordinance?
Do you know what the specific 111
does.
113.02 subsection A through subsection C. And actually in there, subsection D states explicitly that we're allowed to do this.
And there's another one.
111.19 is the suspension of rules, but that's not, you can't suspend the rules to suspend the rules.
So suspending 113.02 A through C.
Mr. Law Director, in your opinion, is that what would need to be done to legally pass these?
We've done this.
To suspend
It's
them?
in there, and it's why we've done it countless times in the past.
Okay, so Mr. Myers, you want your motion to be to suspend the 113.02
A through C.
A through C for all four pieces
For this meeting.
for this meeting. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
It's been seconded by Councilwoman Sherrick. We're going to have a roll call vote since it needs the 2/3.
Myers?
Yes. Sherrick?
Yes.
Spiegel?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Tishon?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
And Moritz?
Yes.
Okay, that passes, so the rules are suspended for the 113.02 A through C for all four pieces. And at this time, we're still waiting on some corrections to be made to the legislation. So we're going to go into a 10-minute recess at 6:10. We are back from recess at 6:28 p.m. Continuing on with proposed legislation for the first time.
This.
Well, I mean, look how big that paragraph is. I can't read that in 2 seconds. And just what I've already started, I'm not seeing, you know what, just go ahead. I'll just vote no. I'm not,
Would you like the control F of all the unappropriateds? Because there's 19 of them, and 7746 was changed to 7751.
go ahead. Do what you need to do.
Well, I just want to make sure it's done right, Vicki. I'm with you on this. You want to go back in recess for another 10 minutes so you can look through it all? Oh, Terry, you got to be out here by 6:45, don't you?
6:50.
6:50.
Yeah, 10 till. I just gotta go look at home, but. Do a couple minutes here.
We do like, can we get out of order?
Okay, so the sixth, which one was the one that had the most changes? The 61?
62 had no changes.
We're ready to start.
Okay. Were you planning on voting no on just the 61-2025, Vicki, or all of them?
You know, this rushing is very frustrating. And it's when you rush is when you make mistakes. And for 2 years, you know, I've sat here and
I'm fine.
you do what you need, what you feel you need to do.
I don't like the rushing either, and I'd really like to reschedule this meeting.
No, we're not rescheduling the meeting. We have to get this done before the,
I mean, we still got 2 weeks before the end of the year. We could have another special meeting. Okay, well, I guess we'll proceed on. Doesn't appear that anybody wants to reschedule the meeting, so we will call the votes when it gets to that time, because Mr. Spiegel has 20 minutes before he has to leave. So we're going to go through this, starting with ordinance 60-2025.
Ordinance number 60-2025, amending and supplementing ordinance number 40-2024, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2025 by decreasing the transfers line item by $70,000 within the police department category and decreasing the transfers line item by $85,000 within the fire department category, with all line items and categories being within the safety forces subparagraph. Also decreasing the other uses line item by $300,000 within the general government category within the local fiscal recovery special revenue fund subparagraph. Also decreasing the contractual services line item by $12,000 within the lands and buildings category within the ODNR All Miller Park walking path subparagraph. And finally, decreasing the personal services line item by 100,000 and the capital outlay line item by 210,000, with both aforesaid line items being within the distribution category within the waterworks subparagraph and declaring an emergency.
Okay, and then proceeding on with 61-2025. Does anybody else want to read that one? That's maybe real fast with reading? Because it's
Say 61.
Why do we want to
61.
rush?
Well, I mean, you can read fast.
I can read it if you want, Michelle.
Mr. Myers is pretty good reading fast. We'll let him do that
It's
one.
okay, I don't have to do it.
Proposed ordinance 61-2025, amending and supplementing ordinance number 40-2024, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2025 by appropriating from unappropriated general funds the sum of $2,000 to the personal services line item within the auditor category and $18,000 to the personal services line item and $3,000 to the contractual services line item, with both line items being within the law director category, and $1,000 to the personal services line item within the service director category, and $2,000 to the contractual services line item and $3,000 to the materials and supplies line item, with both lines being within the council category, and $1,000 in the personal services line item within the civil service category, and $3,000 to the personal services line item within the custodian category, and $1,000 to the personal services line item within the engineering development category, and $4,000 to the personal services line item within the general government category, with all aforesaid line items and categories being within the Program 7 General Government within the general fund subparagraph.
Okay, you said within the general government. And what did you say after that?
Within the Program 7 General Government within the general fund.
Okay, we're missing the word subparagraph.
Within the general fund subparagraph. I didn't get that far yet.
Okay. Being within the Program 7 General Government subparagraph. That's what was in the original 61. That's now not in this one. And then, of course, then within the general fund.
Okay.
But subparagraph,
Where are you at exactly, Vicki? I'm sorry, I was trying to figure out where it's at. Okay.
What got taken out?
General government subparagraph.
Yeah.
Subparagraph is not there. Within the general fund subparagraph, I'm going to continue on. Further appropriating from unappropriated income tax funds the sum of $8,000 to the personal services line item within the general government category, being within the income tax subparagraph.
ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Start that over,
Where at?
please. Further appropriating.
Further appropriating from unappropriated income tax funds the sum of $8,000 to the personal services line item within the general government.
No, it's with, no.
I'm just reading what was handed to me.
Well, that's not right.
I didn't change anything except unappropriated.
What's wrong with that? What's it supposed to read there?
Okay, I'm looking at the original ordinance number 61-2025 that I suggested changes to, and I'm following that as Kevin is reading. And what Kevin is reading is not matching up to this now. There's words that are not in this legislation. The identification of the, okay. Further appropriating from unappropriated income tax funds. Are you there?
I got my thumb here, yes.
The sum of $8,000 to the personal services line item within the income tax category.
Oh.
This says general government.
So where did I stop now? I'm
Okay,
so,
so what is supposed to happen with general government category?
okay.
I'm no longer comfortable proceeding with passing this piece because there's just too many errors in it.
How is this happening?
I'm getting pissed off right
the
now. We
only-
had a piece of legislation, we added 19 words, how are we getting a different piece that shit's missing?
There's got to be 2 copies of it floating around on the email or something. And that,
Happened to me for past year on 900s.
I think what has occurred was that I'm sure Brandon has the original piece that Alyssa sent out and not the one that was in the packet, if that makes sense.
so when he made his changes, he was making changes to a different copy than the copy that was in the packet.
And this is why we should use the online system that nobody says that we can, because apparently it's holding a meeting.
There's no way we're going to be able to get all these changes made before Terry's got to leave here in 10 minutes.
I'm on one vote, so
You're what?
I'm on one vote. I don't want to push anybody out. I mean, it's got to get done. Correct.
I mean, as big as this piece is, there's no way we're going to be able to.
If Alyssa's the one who did this, then who changed it after it got sent out to her?
I did, so there were
Okay.
those corrections that I made.
Gotcha.
Yes. So then I should have sent it to you, and I apologize.
Who has that piece on their computer right now?
I did.
I would like to ask for a recess so we can take the notes that we just made and go work off the original piece and make those changes and come back when that time is done. We're here, let's get it done, but do it the right way.
I'm entertaining a 10-minute recess again, so. I guess we're just gonna go into 10-minute recess at 6:39 p.m.
This is
We are back from recess at 7:10 p.m. and we have another version of the 61-2025 before us, and we are at the point of where we were reading the caption. Mr. Myers was reading the caption.
Mrs. Slater offered, I'm gonna see if she wants to pick up since I just read it to Mrs. DeShawn while we were on break and I'm tired. My voice is shot.
I will give the floor to Mrs. Slater to read the caption of the 61-2025.
All right, ordinance number 61-2025, amending and supplementing ordinance number 40-2024, being the full appropriations ordinance for 2025.
What, being the what?
Being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2025 by appropriating from unappropriated general funds the sum of $2,000 to the personal services line item with the auditor category and $18,000.
You said with, it's within.
To the, where are you at, talking about within? I don't even see within. Would you like to read it, Vicki?
No, because I'm following the other to make sure that
Okay.
this one's
By
correct.
appropriating from unappropriated general funds the sum of $2,000 to the personal services line item within the auditor category and $18,000 to the personal services line item and $3,000 to the contractual service line item, with both line items being within the law director category, and $1,000 to the personal services line item within the service director category, and $2,000 to the contractual services line item, and $3,000 to the materials and supplies line item within both line items. With both, and supply line items with both line items being within the council category, and $1,000 in the personal services line item within the civil service category, and $3,000 to the personal services line item within the custodian category, and $1,000 to the personal services line item within the engineer and development category, and $4,000 to the personal services line item within the general government category, with all aforesaid line items and categories being within the Program 7 General Government subparagraph within General Fund, further appropriating from unappropriated income tax funds the sum of $8,000 to the personal services line item within the income tax category, being within the income tax subparagraph, further appropriating from unappropriated safety forces funds the sum of $260,000 to the personal services line item and $10,000 to the contractual services line item, with both line items being within the police department category, and $91,000 to the personal services line item within the fire department category, and $5,000 to the refunds line item within the income tax category, with all aforesaid line items and categories being within the safety forces subparagraph. Further appropriating from unappropriated street construction, maintenance, and repair funds the sum of $100,000 to the personal services line item within the street construction, maintenance, and repair category, and $30,000 to the debt retirement line item within the debt retirement category, with all aforesaid line items and categories being within the street construction, maintenance, and repair subparagraph. Further appropriating from the unappropriated park and recreation land funds the sum of...
Did you say from the?
Appropriating from unappropriated park and recreation land funds the sum of, I read the on the second line, sum of $30,000 to the personal services line item within the parks and playground category, and $10,000 to the contractual services line item within the lands and building category, with all aforesaid line items and categories being within the park and recreation land subparagraph. Further appropriating from unappropriated local fiscal recovery special revenue funds the sum of $300,000 to the advances line item within the general government category, being within the local fiscal recovery special revenue fund subparagraph. Further appropriating from access unappropriated television funds the sum of $10,000 to the personal services line item within the access television category, being within the access television subparagraph. Further appropriating from unappropriated ODNR All Miller walking path funds the sum of $12,000 to the capital outlay line item within the lands and buildings category, being within the ODNR All Miller walking path subparagraph. Further appropriating from unappropriated waterworks funds the sum of $10,500 to the personal services line item within the waterworks administration category, and $65,000 to the personal services line item within the filtration category, with all aforesaid line items and categories being within the waterworks subparagraph. Further appropriating from the unappropriated sewage... That's what I said. From unappropriated, I'm sorry, sometimes I just add it. Further appropriating from unappropriated sewage disposal funds the sum of $190,000 to the personal services line item within the sewage disposal operation and maintenance category, and $10,000 to the personal services line item within the sewer and drains category.
Sewers?
The sewers, that's what I said.
And drains?
That's what I said.
Okay,
The
I'm sorry.
sewers and drains category, with all aforesaid line items and categories being within the sewage disposal subparagraph. Further appropriating from unappropriated stormwater utility funds the sum of $35,000 to the contractual services line item within the stormwater utility category, being within the stormwater utility subparagraph. Further appropriating from unappropriated police pension fund funds the sum of $50,000 to the personal services line item within the police pension account category, being within the police pension fund subparagraph. And finally, appropriating from unappropriated fire pension fund funds the sum of $50,000 to the personal services line item within the fire pension account category, being within the fire pension fund subparagraph, and declaring an emergency.
Woo! Third time's a charm. Thank you for reading that.
Not a problem.
Okay, next one up is proposed ordinance 62-2025, and I will take a turn and read that one. As soon as I find it here.
On the very last page, I think.
Pick the shortest one on purpose?
It just worked out that way. Where's it at here? Okay. Ordinance 62-2025, an ordinance to approve current replacement pages to the Bucyrus codified ordinances and declaring an emergency.
That was easy.
Okey-doke. Next one, proposed resolution 243-2025, and I will let the council clerk take over that one.
Resolution number 243-2025, authorizing and directing the Bucyrus Public Service Safety Director on behalf of the City of Bucyrus, Ohio, to enter into a contract with the Local Government Services Section, LGS, of the Office of the Auditor of State for the adjusting of entries to convert the city's cash basis financial information to the accrual basis of accounting in accordance with the terms set forth in a letter from Auditor of State Keith Faber to City Auditor Callie Lewis, C. Lewis, under date of 12 December 2025 for the year ending 31st December 2025 at a cost not to exceed $39,840, finally authorizing and directing the Bucyrus City Auditor to draw a warrant or warrants in payment therefore from the appropriate appropriation or appropriations and declaring an emergency.
Need a motion to accept those as first reading?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Ms. Sherrick seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? First reading has been accepted. Public participation. Any member of the general public may present their input or comments on legislation that's been read for the first time. Is there any public participation? Seeing no public participation, referring back to originating committee is proposed ordinance 60-2025, back to finance. Ordinance 61-2025 back to finance, ordinance 62-2025 back to finance, and proposed resolution 243-2025 back to finance. Committee report on pending legislation, Finance Committee.
Finance is favorable to proposed ordinance 60-2025, the decrease in appropriations. Finance is favorable to proposed ordinance 61-2025, the appropriations. Finance is favorable to proposed ordinance 62-2025, the authorizing the changes from Walter Green. Finally, Finance is favorable to proposed resolution 243-2025, the local government services contract.
Okay, further consideration of pending legislation for the second and third reading of proposed ordinance 60-2025. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Ms. Sherrick seconded.
May I ask a question?
Oh, yeah, is there any discussion?
At the beginning of the meeting, when we waived that, were we only waiving it for the preparing of legislation, not the reading of the legislation, or did we do both?
Are you talking about the suspension of the rules?
Correct.
That was just related to the request for legislation form.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, roll call vote.
Myers?
Yes.
Sherrick? Spiegel? Me?
Yes.
Myers? No, you don't want to say?
I already voted, Sean.
Sorry, Deshawn. And Slater?
Yes. Oh, did you vote?
I didn't vote.
Oh.
Maybe you want to start that over?
Yeah, here,
Let's do
just
that.
start,
Thank
just
you.
start
I
right
was
here.
looking for another sheet.
Just start right
Okay.
here.
Myers?
Yes.
Sherrick? Spiegel? Me?
Yes.
Deshawn?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Moritz?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance 60-2025?
Second?
Mr. Myers made the motion, Mrs. Slater seconded.
Moritz?
Yes.
Sherrick? Spiegel? Me?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Deshawn?
Yes.
Slater? Sorry.
Yes.
Ordinance 60-2025 is duly adopted. For the second and third reading of proposed ordinance 61-2025, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare an emergency?
Second?
Mr. Myers made the motion, Mrs. Slater seconded.
Myers?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Moritz?
Yes.
Sherrick? Spiegel? Me?
Yes.
Deshawn?
Yes.
Ordinance 61-20, the suspension of the rules passes. Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance 61-2025?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Myers made a motion, Mrs. Slater seconds.
Myers?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Moritz?
Yes.
Sherrick? Spiegel? Me?
Yes.
And Deshawn?
No.
Ordinance 61-2025 is duly adopted. For the second and third reading of proposed ordinance 62-2025, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare an emergency?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Mrs. Slater seconded.
Myers?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Moritz?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Spiegel? Me?
Yes.
And Deshawn?
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance 62-2025?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion and Ms. Sherrick seconded.
Myers?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Spiegel? Me?
Yes.
Deshawn?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Moritz?
Yes.
Ordinance 62-2025 is duly adopted. For the second and third reading of proposed resolution 243-2025, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare an emergency?
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Mrs. Slater seconded.
Myers?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Moritz?
Yes.
Sherrick? Spiegel? Me?
Yes.
And Deshawn?
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed resolution 243-2025?
Second.
Myers?
Yes.
Slater?
Yes.
Moritz?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Spiegel? Me?
Yes.
And Deshawn?
Yes.
Ordinance resolution 243-2025 is duly adopted.
Motion to excuse Mr. Spiegel.
Second.
Mr. Myers made motion, seconded by Councilwoman Sherrick. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Mr. Spiegel is excused. Need a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Mr. Myers made the motion, Ms. Sherrick seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned at 7:25 PM.